Yo, what's good? It's Gano. So, all this talk about, Angel Reese and black sexuality, female black sexuality. I think what a lot of black men fail to realize is we are no longer the gatekeepers of, female black sexuality. If we ever were, real shit. Look, on this channel, I'm gonna delve a little deeper than what you're probably gonna run across. Some people gonna agree, some gonna disagree. But I think what black men fail to realize is black women have not considered us gatekeepers to their sexuality, and by gatekeepers I mean as men, inherently, instinctively, we are very, possessive, protective of our women, whatever race. But we're talking about the black race. So, being the dominant, you know, counterpart to black women, it always fell on us, you know, to safeguard, gatekeep. In other words, delegate, you know, how women presented themselves, how our women carried themselves image wise, you know. But if you think about it, when have black men ever really been, you know, the gatekeepers to black women's sexuality? And this is going to sound fucked up, but it is what it is. If we really being real, we never were. So if we going back, dating back to times of bondage, slavery times, black men had no control over even their own wife, right? And this is the aspect of things people don't want to equate into it because we don't want to think about this type of shit for obvious reasons. But if we being real, we never were. So black women fell in line with the power structure. You know what I'm saying? Dictated. And black men had no power at that time. So when have we ever been the gatekeepers? You know what I'm saying? To black women's sexuality. Do y'all not think over the course of, centuries that certain behaviors have been ingrained, have been ingrained into us? Conditioned, however you want to put it. So, yeah, it's a new age, woo woo, but it's certain things that's still ingrained in our minds mentally. That's the whole reason why a lot of black people be reluctant to crash out on other races. It's been ingrained in us. That's a big no no. You crash out on each other, it'd be minimal repercussions. You crash out on us or some other, off with your head. So it's certain things that have been ingrained in us. Black women, I'm gonna be real. I don't think black women respect or give a shit what black men think. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's been a divide in the black community, all across the board. But I'm talking about as far as interrelations with black women and black men. There's a divide. So black women feel like they are at the head of the hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? They always had to pull shit together, even back then. You know, yeah, we the backbone, but they always been the heart and the soul of the black community. At least that's the way I see it. And I just think it's a psychological. I'm getting way off track, man. Let me pull this shit back in. As far as Angel Reese, look, I always said, what a woman feel like if she not my woman. You're free to do what you want to do. It's your body. It's your right. So if you want to bop off of OnlyFans or whatever, that's your right. If it wasn't niggas out here willing to pay, they would find something else to do. The problem with Angel Reese, at least the way I see it, and like I said, man, I'm not a big social media but I get, after this shit start really picking up, it's like, okay, what is the issue with this girl? Because it seemed like she getting a lot of hate, and this shit happens a lot in the black community. Black men do be hating on black women to a certain degree. We hate on each other, but we hate on black women too. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying in general, not me specifically, but black men do be hating on black women. You see this shit with Sexy Red, but there is a correlation. When you got women that are overly sexual as far as the way they express themselves, the image that they portray, we feel a way about it because we are the gatekeepers to our women. It's natural, it's instinctive. Y'all may not look at it that way, but that's the way it is. So no, we do not want to see black women putting themselves out there, carrying themselves any type of way, not just because it's a reflection back on us, but just because that's how men are. We are possessive that way, and I want to say is, coming from a good, a genuine, care system, but it's possessiveness to a certain degree, but so black men, we still feel like we are the gatekeepers to black women's sexual. And when I say gatekeepers, I know women ultimately control whether or not, But at the end of the day, is it not our job to, protect black women? Y'all expect us to protect y'all, right? But y'all don't want to be led. And they say, well, there aren't enough black men worthy of being leaders. So like I was saying, man, as far as this resentment this deep-seated resentment that exists between black men and black women, every opportunity we find to get at each other, we own that shit. And that's pretty much when I say the hate part, but as far as Angel Reese, you a hypocrite. This is the problem niggas have with Angel Reese. You a hypocrite. And like I said, I have nothing personally against Angel Reese, to each their own. But you can't have it, both ways. You want your cake and eat it too. You saying you despise the fact that, you're being over-sexualized or you're being sexualized. But then, you know what I'm saying? You bopping off OnlyFans. You sexualizing yourself. You dressing all in these skimpy ass outfits. That's the image you putting out there. So in what world do it make sense that you would not be sexualized? I can't pick up the line of logic on that. So which is it? You want to be a pro athlete or you want to be a model? You could be both, technically, you know what I'm saying? But you can't sit back and try to, take the high road as far as passing yourself off as being, demure and virtuous, but you bopping off only. And I mean, like I said, man, these women, is their body, is they right. But we gonna call a spade. We not gonna sit here and play these games. So this is what we talking about. Now, at the end of the day, like I said, it's her body, it's her life, But if we gonna hold each other to certain standards, and we must do that, if the black community is to survive and thrive, we have to hold each other accountable. And I have no problem with, black women or whoever it may be calling out black men when we falling short. Because there's a lot of things we do have to tighten up. We have to accept accountability for that. The same applies to women. See, y'all feel like y'all above reproach. And that's the thing with a lot of black women. Y'all can't do no wrong. So it's this double standard that exists. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want us to protect as we should, protect our women, but y'all don't want no type of input. Y'all want to be your own boss, and use black men when it's convenient. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to leave it at that. But, and like I said, man, this is way more complex than just, the surface level of, image, portrayal, sexuality. This shit runs a lot deeper when we start digging into on a psychological level and how all this shit play into the dynamics that exist between black men and black women. But y'all don't want our input. We just supposed to, follow along with the play. But we have to be able to correct each other. And I think that the overall premise is, like I said, man, black men, we are, we should be, the gatekeepers to our women's sexuality. And by that, I mean guarding it. And that's not trying to control, I'm saying guarding it, safeguarding it, putting these little, parameters in place that overall, because we got to think about our young women too. This ain't just about, the adults. I think the bigger picture is the trickle down effect, that occurs with the people as far as the bad examples that are black men are setting. If we seen this shit play out, and I don't need to go into detail about that, but the same applies to black women. Because y'all can't just be, you know what I'm saying? We just misrepresenting each other out here. But, so while I feel like, like I said, if these women choose to, if that's what you, like I said, to each their own, but you got to take what come with it. You got to take the back. You can't sit back and play the victim now. So I think that's pretty much the problem with Angel Reese. And let's be real, man. And this is just a bit. Nobody wants to watch WNBA. I'm sorry, women don't even watch WNBA. It is what it is. So I'm gonna say something that's gonna be borderline. Take it how you want to take it. You remember that lingerie league? It was a female football league, lingerie league. It got ratings. I don't know why. I think people start kicking up, spokes. People got real in their feelings about these women running around in these skimpy ass little outfits playing football. I don't know if y'all remember this league. It was about 3 years ago. It was popping though. It was popping, but you had female activists who jumped in and said, no, you're over-sexualizing women. Woo, we don't want, this is bad. That shit got pulled. But the ratings, that is the only way the WNBA is going to pop, man. And I'm sorry. Y'all, men want to see women in a sexual perspective. I'm sorry. Now I'm speaking for me. And like I've said before, I have, you know what I'm saying? I don't get up here and attack people for their own personal sexual preference and that's your business. Personally speaking, I don't want to see what I perceive as a gang of studs running around all sweaty playing basketball. I don't. Nothing against lesbians or woo-woo. But I'm just saying, me personally, I know a lot of the NBA is like, studs. Like, what's the girl name that got jammed up across seas, because she had some, the resin, the THC resin. I forgot her name already. But anyway, like, that's not, first of all, on a competitive level, it don't compare to the NBA. So that's why you won't even get female viewers. Females don't want to see y'all play either. But I would think the main, viewers would be men. But men don't want it, like I said, we don't want to see a bunch of sweaty studs running around. If it was a bit more, man, how do I say this without coming across like a scumbag? If I could find these women, like, it's the eye candy for me. It's not that I would tune in and watch the WNBA to see women playing ball. I would to see them, like the same with that the football league. If you design these uniforms a certain way where they weren't like overly revealing, but more, you know, the viewership would go up. It definitely would climb. If men thought, and maybe I'm way off with this, I feel like if most men thought like me, and they feel like a majority of these women were heterosexual, like sexy, feminine women, running up and down that court with, how things get to moving around with women, when especially black women. You telling me men wouldn't tune in to see that? And I know, and this is the whole point, man. We are sexual creatures. We are going to view our women in a sexual capacity. It don't matter how intelligent you are. We respect that too. But men are what we are, man. So and like I said, as black men, instinctively, we want to safeguard our women's sexuality. I mean, what type of man is not going to, like, I see men nowadays out with their women, and they women be dressed like, cuh. I mean, me personally, no. But, you know, and these particular men, I feel like, and in my mind, I always automatically think, yeah, she the boss. She running shit. Because, and this is what I'm saying now. It seems to me the black man is no longer the head of the black family. You know what I'm saying? And I know it's not all across the board, but in a lot of cases, I see that women are actually, running these relationships. So that'll give you an idea right there why everything in the black community is somewhat, upside down. And that's not to say black women aren't capable of being leaders. Like I said, man, this shit is way deeper than just Angel Reese and OnlyFans, and it's much deeper than that. But that's enough woo woo out of me. 216 Skano. You already know.